Listen here, fuckers. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast should not be taken seriously. All jokes and banter are not meant to be taken up the ass. And no, you may not speak to my manager, so get back to not doing your homework or not doing your job and enjoy the Rolling Thick podcast.
Are you ready?
No, I don't listen to the podcast.
Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Rolling Thick podcast. I'm your host. My name is Teddy.
And I'm Bunz.
And it's fucking episode 10. Hell yeah. We hit the double digits.
Every time you say the episode number, I'm like, are you sure?
No, I'm sure. I was excited about episode 10. I was like, we're on track. I hit you up when I texted you this morning. I was like, you said, yeah. I was like, fuck yeah. See, episode 10. Let's go.
Yes.
Usually it gets to like number 3 and then our lives fall apart.
We're just riding the waves this time. We got a boat.
Hell yeah. We figured out how to swim.
No, I'm on a boat. I don't want to get my toes wet. Although if I'm in flip-flops and on a boat, my toes are probably whatever. Anyways,
welcome back, everybody. We're here. We're excited, and it's St. Patrick's Day when you guys are hearing this episode on Sunday.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Wherever you guys listen to on Spotify, Audible, YouTube, Amazon, iHeart, Pandora, wherever you guys listen, happy St. Patrick's Day. And you know what? I've never knew what the holiday was about. I just know we were going to go and drink.
Have you ever made corned beef though? I feel like that's a no.
Corned beef?
You don't look like a man that dabbles in corned beef.
Is my hair not red enough?
Potatoes.
I mean, potatoes. Hold up. Before we start, what has been going on in the world? I sent you some TikToks. First of all,
that I did not watch.
First of all,
I'm like the worst friend ever. It's like you just say every time I open TikTok to scroll because I'm a doom scroller, and it's like Teddy sent you a message, and then it's like 100... Teddy sent you 2 messages. Teddy sent you 7 messages, and I'm like, Teddy, I am trying to be depressed and just doom scroll. I'm trying to procrastinate on life right now, and you're trying to make me watch things
as long as you
that require too much brain work.
As long as you don't have it like notifications on.
I do.
Oh, you do? Oh shit.
I do for TikTok. Yeah, they're on. I don't know why. More because I'm too lazy to go into settings and turn them off. So yeah. However, did you send me the one about the girl in Egypt?
I don't remember. What happened?
She was like she's like this little girl, and I don't remember if she like something happened to her, and her parents said that she like started talking in an accent they didn't recognize, and she like went to Egypt. Like they went to like a museum, and she saw like an Egyptian, the Egyptian part, and she's like, "That's home."
What the hell?
And
like a reincarnation type, like
something like that. And then so they took her to Egypt, and she was like, yeah, and she was pointing out, she's like, yeah, there's a garden over there, and they like went over there, and sure enough, there was a garden.
And that was her first time there.
That was her first time there.
Oh shit!
Like they like dug, and there was like evidence of a garden in this city thing or something. I don't know. Archaeological dig. Don't quote me because I watched like 10 seconds of a 60-second video.
That sounds so.
And then,
just some little random girl.
And then they're like, bet, let's take you in the tomb and take us to this place in the tomb. She did. She led them right there. And not only that, she like did a bunch of other stuff very similar to that.
And this was recent?
Yes.
It is now.
It's recent to me.
That's crazy.
It's hard to tell with TikTok though, because it's like there's so much AI generated stuff now.
Oh yeah.
Like how do you know these aren't like nobody cites their source? So much for freaking bibliographies.
What happened?
Show me the source, man. I want like five case studies. Prove it's right. If it ends in .com, it's not a legitimate website.
If it
Or
ends
source.
in .com.
It has to end in .edu or .gov.
Oh, even that's kind of sketchy though. Don't trust anything
Definitely.
you hear anywhere. Make up your own. Formulate
know.
your own ideas.
Watch, somebody's gonna like quote our podcast in the research paper.
We heard it on the rolling thick.
It's official. It was there. It was recorded by people.
But okay, so one of the things that happened
Anyway.
is there was a $460 billion spending. bill
Ooh,
that
that is one
passed.
that I watched
Yeah.
halfway.
And it's pissing people the fuck off.
Ankle monitors for cows.
Yeah, that was one.
That was the first one. You can tell how much I watched because I'll know which ones you're talking about. I stopped after like the first 3 things.
It's because like I don't like getting political, but some of the things that are on that bill are fucking ridiculous. Because instead of like helping us with like
I
the
remember
unemployment and the homelessness and they're just like doing left field shit like
like bus stop fixings.
You're basically fixing bus stops. Like just get rid of the fucking stops and just leave signs up. Like why do we need Wi-Fi at the stop?
No shit. Nobody uses Wi-Fi anymore. I mean, I do, but that's not the point.
I don't know.
I'm weird, and people give me shit for it all the time. They're like, "Oh, you don't have unlimited data?" No, bitch. I have 4 gigs. That's it.
4 gigs? That's still 2012, 2018.
Yeah, no, I can't do nothing with it. Like if I'm scrolling TikTok offline, I'm fucked. If I
you're like 3 minutes and then it slows the fuck down.
I get 3 minutes and then I get a notification. You've used your data limit. Like fuck. But it's only $15 a month, so it's okay.
But along with that, we right now we're in the. There has been. Oh, fuck, how do I put this? No point in history has this amount of people not pay their taxes, not file their taxes. There's so many.
Yeah,
there's so many people not filing their
filed
taxes.
yours yet?
I had to. I don't want that shit to kick my ass.
No, I haven't filed mine yet.
Like,
I need to.
The one thing I've heard growing up was like fear the IRS.
I know, right?
And it's like
I have my IRS documents. I have IRS documents when I was 18, and when I first filed. I'm
scared of them for sure.
But you know what's fucked up? I am only making like $3 an hour more than I made in my first job when I was 18.
Fuck, and that's because minimum wage went up, right?
Basically, yeah. So I used to make $8.50 an hour, and I'm making like $11, $12 an hour now. That was in 2004.
You're making $11.
I was making.
Oh, but you're over there. Over here on the West Coast, the minimum is $14.50.
I mean, that is minimum. That's not minimum. I don't know what the minimum is here, honestly.
Pretty much. I think what
I'm making probably 11. I mean, they told me that I'm getting like this raise at some point, and they've changed things, but that's not the point. Point is, I'm not making that much more than I was fucking 20 years ago, and that's sad.
I know. I do $20 an hour, and I'm starting to fucking.
That's barely survivable in a normal state, and you're in Southern California.
I'm in SoCal.
Like,
I don't know how I have stuff behind me. How am I not in the shed right now? But
you don't live in a storage locker?
You have lights? Yeah,
ooh,
I don't know.
You fancy?
I don't know. And there's a lot of scare right now too for this inevitable, like I feel like it's inevitable, the war. Not only the war, but the thing that are like fear mongering people are like, it's like the power outages and the fucking, I feel like they're getting ready. I feel like it's around the corner.
It is. I haven't gotten my radio yet.
Do we still have time to build a bunker?
Probably. No, probably not. I keep holding out hope somebody will just adopt us.
Just last minute, get an email.
She's like, hey, we got rooms. We got room. Basically, yeah.
But anyway, St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, did you see? I don't know if you saw this. They're doing this thing where they are putting VR headsets on dairy cows.
Why?
And it is the funniest thing to look at. Because you literally just see this cow wearing a VR headset. And they're just munching on their hay.
That's like some Bansky shit.
So apparently what it is because like they make more milk because they're just VR setting them like they're in this big happy meadow. When really there's a fucking blizzard outside. And they're stuck in their little pens. But it has increased their milk production like 20% during the winter months or something like that.
But
I was just scrolling through the TikTok and I just see this cow with a VR headset on.
It's funny because I have one, but I don't fucking use it because I get motion sickness. I worry I'd get motion sick too. I see a lot of things that would be fun to play on it, and I'm just like, I don't think I can handle that. I'd rather just watch. Because I remember I was playing, like I was getting enthralled and everything. I was like, damn, this is pretty cool. But as the moment I took it out, I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm gonna throw up. God damn.
Oh, that's no good. Yeah. That's no good.
Because it doesn't hit you till after. You don't really feel it that much. Like you start feeling like a little headache, nauseous. But as soon as you take it off, you're like, oh, this shit just hits you hard. So I was like, nope. I think I'm going to sell it.
Makes sense. But yeah, that was my weird thing.
Do you know what St. Patrick's about? St. Patrick's Day? I feel like I was taught in school, but I didn't absorb like the meaning of it.
I went to church. So, like, there's the whole, like, St. Patrick, but what he actually did or does, no idea. However, I love corned beef. So, when St. Patrick's Day rolls around and it's all over in the stores, it's like, yes, it's basically a pickled brisket.
Okay.
You brine the brisket, and it's like stuck in this pickling type brine, I guess. If I'm wrong, people are gonna come after me so hard. And then you get it and you bake it or you boil it or you cook it essentially, and it is so delicious. I don't know how to even describe it, but I love it and I will eat it all by myself.
It sounds delicious.
It is, and like some people put cabbage in there, like they do cabbage and corned beef. I don't really do the corned beef cabbage thing. I love cabbage. I love corned beef. But I like to make corned beef hash. And so I like take some potatoes and some peppers and some eggs. And after the corned beef is cooked, I like toast it up in the skillet with the potatoes and everything. It's just, it's such a comfort food. When I was little, we would go to this cabin on one of the islands. And my dad would pack a canned corned beef and hash. Not the same as fresh. However, that's what we had. And seriously, it was like my favorite meal. We only did it when we were going camping usually, which was like maybe once, maybe twice a year at best. So it was a super special treat. And then I found out it was just in the can section next to the beans, basically. I'm like, what? Why don't we have this more often? Made me think it was like this delicacy, and it's just basically
that's like when
spam and potatoes in a can.
Like pumpkin spice comes along.
Yeah. So, and
or the McRib.
But yeah, yes, exactly. They made it seem like it was like this super rare, super special. Don't eat the hash. If you see it in the cupboard, it's special.
That's funny.
But
yeah, is it a Christian holiday?
Well, yeah, it's St. Patrick. Saints in the name.
So what's with the leprechauns?
I don't know. I didn't do the whole leprechaun thing growing up. That whole leprechaun thing is like a new new thing. I don't
It's
understand.
been part of, like, I've seen it ever since I could remember.
Well, no. Like we've always had. I mean, we've all had Lucky Charms.
Is it
like
just
that's been around forever.
like a mascot? Like, I don't understand. And then the green thing. What the fuck? What is that, dude?
Well, see, that's the thing. So I was raised. I still don't understand. I could probably Google it and figure it out. But so I was, born and raised Catholic, right? And I was taught if you're Irish, you wear orange.
Ooh.
Everybody else wears green because they're like normies. I don't know.
But then those people are gonna get pinched.
So yeah, and I don't remember what the whole thing was with the like green and the orange. Actually, I'm gonna Google it because I want to figure it out now.
I have Wikipedia open. It says Lutheran Church the day commemorates.
Oh, here we go.
Patrick, and the arrival
Continue.
of Christianity in Ireland, and by extension, celebrates the heritage of the culture of the Irish in general. Celebration generally involves public parades and festivals, and the wearing of green attire or shamrocks.
St. Patrick was first represented by the color blue.
Whoa. Yeah, but then LA was like, nah, blur.
So traditionally, green represents the Catholics of Ireland. The orange represents the Protestants, and the white. Why did my parents tell me it was I was a kid. I probably misunderstood everything, and I was like, I just need to be different. But and then white symbolizes peace, and that's the Irish flag too.
Oh, so literally, we're celebrating the arrival of Christianity in Ireland.
Wait, that sounds like a.
That's what it says in Wikipedia. The day.
I know, but that sounds so wrong. Like I don't know. I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't sound like it's something to celebrate. In my opinion,
celebrate the arrival of the Crusaders.
Basically,
you guys are all Christians now, right? Because God said,
like we're celebrating ruining an entire country's religion.
I'm sorry.
Traditions, and it's just like, that's not okay.
I'm funny.
But we celebrate it by getting drunk and wearing green, and everybody pretending they're Irish.
I never noticed how many like traditions there is around this holiday. With the wearing of green and the pinching and the shamrocks and the leprechauns and the drinking. Like all of that.
So many things.
It lands on a Sunday this year. So,
of course it does. So no, what I was saying is like, as kids, we knew about like the leprechauns, and we all like wanted to find a leprechaun and the rainbow and the pot of gold, all that thing. However, what I was meaning is like, now our kids, when they go to school, they build leprechaun traps. I didn't make no leprechaun traps when I was in school.
Leprechaun traps?
School didn't do shit for St. Patrick's Day except make sure you wear green so you don't get pinched.
Yeah, that's...
And then they, and now you can't even pinch kids. Like, that's not okay. Which is probably a good thing because the pinches would hurt and you'd get bruises. And I think I had a kid written up once. Like, it's a whole thing. But even parents get it on the St. Patty's Day thing. Like, they do leprechaun shit in the house for their kids. Some parents like make little green footprints around the toilet. They dye the toilet bowl green. They make green eggs and ham, and they just go all ham on, like, well, not literally, whatever. They just go all out for St. Patrick's Day, and it's just like that. We didn't do that. My parents didn't do that. And I'm pretty sure most of my friends' parents didn't do that because we would all think that's weird. Be like, are you okay? Like, your family's a little something there. But now it's expected. I know my oldest, when she did kindergarten, and they built a whole leprechaun trap with like a shoebox and everything.
I gotta Google leprechaun trap. Hold up. Go ahead.
And yeah, she was like expecting a note from the leprechaun, and
thanks for trapping me.
And
Here's a bit of
and
me
so
gold.
like I went as a first time mom, I went along with it. I wanted to make her St. Patrick's Day special, so I didn't have any gold coins, but I had golden Easter eggs.
I'm not gonna lie, that's really creative.
Like the little chocolate eggs. So I built up a little bag with like gold chocolate eggs and all these things, and I wrote a little note and I like covered it in gold glitter and made it all shimmery, and then I tied it up, like I rolled it like a little scroll and tied a bow on it, and she was thrilled. The problem though was the next year, like she's talked about the leprechaun the entire rest of the year, sometimes even, and then she like lost something she lost a bead in the air vent, the air duct. And she was like very upset, and to calm her down, she's like, I know what I'll do. I will ask the leprechaun to get it for me. And I'm like, yeah, that leprechaun ain't going in that vent. Like, okay. I don't know what to tell you. He's like, he will. She's like, and I'm going to catch him, and I'm going to keep him, and he's going to be my friend.
He's not a house elf. He's not going to automatically do what you tell him.
And I was just like, I'm never doing the leprechaun stuff again. And so eventually I broke it to her. I'm like, dude, the leprechaun's not real, okay? Like, we're just trying to have fun. And that's probably what cascaded is the Easter Bunny and all the other.
Google says children are told that they must believe that leprechauns are real to trap one. So they have to believe that they're real in order.
Oh, she believed.
And they're also told that leprechauns love gold and trickery and may steal or hide items unless you capture, please, or scare them away.
Yeah. So I was with my oldest. We were shopping in Walmart. She was out of school for the day because she was still recovering from, you can't send them to school for 24 hours after they get fever. So she was not feverish anymore, but it hadn't been 24 hours yet. So I was like, let's just go to the store. We'll go shopping and get some groceries and things. And we were walking through the aisles of like Easter stuff and everything. She's like, oh, are we going to do the leprechaun for Elena this year? And I was like, no. You ruined that.
Just show her the leprechaun movie. She'll run away.
No, I reminded her. I was like, do you not remember the hell you put me through because of your massive leprechaun obsession with trapping it? You planned your trap forever. You drew maps. You drew diagrams. You had plans. It's like, and you would not stop talking about it. I love you. Enjoy the creativity, but you drove me insane. I was like, no, I ain't doing that again. I learned my lesson the first time. Second time around. I'm not going to do it with the second kid. No, I'm good.
Trapping a leprechaun, that's crazy.
But we laughed and we can laugh and giggle about it now, which I'm really thankful of. But he was just like, no, I don't remember any of that.
Spiral into something.
But she did remember the bead.
Okay.
That is still stuck in that vent probably, but we've moved a couple times since then.
Get the leprechaun.
But she's like the bead. The bead. Yeah, the leprechaun will get the bead.
The leprechauns are associated with St. Patrick's Day because they both trace their history to Ireland. Both St. Patrick's Day and the leprechauns originated from Ireland. The leprechaun was initially red but turned green to signify the association with Ireland. They were red?
So what we did is we just took all their traditions and changed them to fit
that sounds beliefs. Like this sounds like St. Patrick's Day is none of our business.
Pretty much. Well, like I said, everybody runs around and it's like anybody with a hint of Irish heritage is like,
kiss me, I'm Irish.
I mean, I do have Irish in me, just like probably every other white person in this country.
I had a little bit of Irish in me once.
Don't even. Do not even. Jesus Christ, Teddy.
Kiss me, I'm Irish. That's funny. I never understood it. I just it made no sense to me. It was like, it's St. Patrick's, you wear green. So my thong is green. So what are you going to do now? Can't pitch me.
I did that, but it wasn't. I was always like, oh, I got green underwear. I'm okay.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh. Prove it.
I would
But I'm
wear
talking
like,
like
I
I
would
was
wear
in
bracelet.
elementary school. I didn't do that shit when I was in middle school and high school. I was way too ashamed and embarrassed. But when you're in elementary school, you don't give a shit.
Yeah. Damn. St. Patrick's
What
Day.
about St. Patty's Day parades? See, that's the thing about this holiday. It always sneaks up on me. And then I forget about the parades. And I remember
They do have a parade, huh?
we were downtown. I don't remember where we were going, but it was me, my brother, and my little sister. And we were driving around downtown. I don't remember what the fuck we were doing, but we were just hanging out as siblings do. And we were getting ready to head home, and just traffic out of nowhere. And we're like, why is there so much traffic? And we're like, oh. We started going by the bars. We started seeing people dressed covered in green glitter, and we're like, I know what's going on. But the funny thing was is we were basically at a standstill in this traffic, and this lady with a walker was just like passing us.
That's funny.
I'm just like, the lady with the old walker is going faster than we're ever gonna go. We're gonna be stuck there forever.
The largest St. Patrick's Day parade is held in New York City. St. Patrick's Day parade is the oldest and largest St. Patrick's Day parade in the world. First parade was held on March 17, 1762. 14 years before the signing.
Isn't it on March 17th this year again? Is it on March 17th every year?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So it is on the same date. It's just not always got it. I was thinking the day changed all the time. I'm just being special. But the thing is, I don't think in my entire adult life I've never actually gone out on St. Patrick's Day.
I don't think I've ever have either. Well, it's coming to me. No, I don't know. I was probably drunk. I don't remember. I remember trying green beer. It's just dyed green.
My St. Patrick's Day is getting like a shamrock shake or the mint shake at Arby's. However, they haven't been very good lately, so I haven't gotten either the shamrock shake or is it the shamrock shake at Arby's too, or is that McDonald's? I don't remember. Either way, I don't get them because they're weird. They never taste right. They taste too perfumey. Is the only way I can describe it.
Yeah, you can like taste the
colors.
Yeah, you can taste the color, the chemicals.
This tastes very green.
Most leprechaun legends can be traced back to the 8th century. Tales of water spirits, which were known as leprechaun, which means small boy. It is said that these spirits merge within a household fairy and develop a pungent of heavy drinking. So those settlers were safe. So they just steal your beer, your wine.
Sounds like somebody needed an excuse.
It sounds really. It sounds really. It sounds really close to the Mexican lore of duendes or or gnomes.
Yes.
Steal your shit. Steal your children.
I feel like there's a lot. I feel like all the cultures have very similar.
Like stories they tell their kids to like.
Very similar stories. They're just different.
Yeah.
But they're also the same.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
because duendes are like. They're scary, dude. They like steal your children and your shit. It's like really bad luck to see one. They're like tiny witches, basically. They eat your children. It's crazy. Imagine seeing one.
I would love to see one, but I mean, I'm not sure I really believe in them. But they might be in a different dimension because there's the dimensions of like, where the demons and other mystical creatures live, and then so they're probably there. We just don't see them. But we're like, they're behind a wall. We just don't know it.
Oh man, I celebrated the drinking part. Now that I think of it, there was a lot of people do. There was a high school thing I went to. In high school, I went to this party, I remember wearing a green shirt, and I
Mm.
showed up with I think vodka or something. But it was just a high school party. It was just it was a fucking excuse to drink. It's
Exactly.
an excuse to drink and get, just all of us get together and forget about the night. Because that's technically what
Yes.
happened. We don't fucking remember. I just
I
remember.
know,
I
right?
remember in the morning I woke up and I had a bunch of beads, like green beads. I was like, was I
Where'd these come
flash?
from?
Was I flashing people? Oh God.
What did I do? Oh man. Yeah, no, I wish I had some fun like St. Patty's Day stories, but I really don't.
I have drunk stories.
Yeah, I don't even have those. I'm such a freaking like
You square.
I didn't live life at all, and now I'm too old.
Yeah,
Like,
now
if
like
I'm gonna get
you have to do it when you're young, because now people look at you like, the fuck's wrong with you?
like if I get drunk and high, I'm gonna do it in my house because it's cheaper and my bed's right there. I
My
don't have
bed's
to
right there.
drive, and my food's in the fridge or freezer or cupboard. Like I don't have to. Yeah, no, I party inside in my home.
I remember the drunkest I've ever been. I'm pretty sure I've told this story numbers of times, but but I didn't even want to go to the party. I remember I was like,
Ooh, I know this story.
I
Continue.
didn't want to go. I was
It's
like,
a good story.
my friend at the time was like, dude, let's go. I'm gonna hook up with some girl. I was like, nah, I don't want to go. He's like, come on, fool. Like it's gonna be cracking, whatever. And I was like, dude, we're burnt out. We've been to like several parties like within the month or whatever. And I was like, I'm burnt out.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, let's go. He convinced me. So I was like, all right. I called the homie. I got my bottle because I always showed up with a bottle of alcohol.
You don't want to show up empty-handed.
Nope. So it was a big ass bottle of Smirnoff. I remember fucking glass ones. Disgusting cheap vodka. And
Yes.
got my camera and we were like, all right, let's go. So we went and it was like, I remember it was like by the school, like by the high school. I wasn't going to the high school no more because I was like kicked out for academic reasons. But I was there and I knew everybody, right? And then
Yeah.
so as soon as I got there, my friend took off, right, with the girl or whatever. And then it was like 9:30. It was early. It was still a young night. And I was just standing there with my bottle and my camera waiting for everybody to come in because we were always fucking early for some reason. And then my homie Kevin Keene, may he rest in peace, he was like, yo, what's up? I was like, oh shit, what's up? And we started drinking out of the bottle. And I already drank way too much at that point. It was like 10 something. And the last thing I remember was I dropped the cap for the bottle and I was like, oh fuck. And I looked at Kevin, I was like, hold this. I gave him the bottle. And I went to duck to grab the cap and I fucking ate shit. I made out with the asphalt. I just ate shit. And then everybody picked me up and you're like, you okay? You okay? I was like, yeah, I got the cap. And that's the last thing I remember. And then I woke up at home. I didn't have pants on. I was wearing a different shirt. And I was just like sitting in my bed like, fuck. Still a little drunk. I was like, God damn. And I looked down at my person and I'm like, oh no. Oh no, what happened? It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I got up and I was like, nuh-uh. And I put on some shorts and I went outside and my pants were hanging on the fucking wire. I was like, I threw up. Damn it. I threw up and I was like, fuck. And I went in my brother's room. And my brother's like, you gotta clean his girlfriend at the time, his wife now actually. He said, you gotta clean her car. I was like, I threw up in her car. I was like, you fucking threw up everywhere. I was like, oh shit. And I went to go clean her car. And I'm still a little drunk, right? Like, oh my god, it was like 7 in the morning. My brother, everyone's getting up finally. I was like, so what happened? He's like, dude, we had to go pick you up for the party. He was like, Why? I was like, because your friend called us. I'm like, man, what a fucking idiot. He called you? He's like, yeah. He's like, oh, you fucking passed out and you're not responding or whatever. I was like, that's not the code, bro. The code is you wait. Or you make them throw up and you wait. You don't call the family. What the hell's wrong with you?
How dare you try and save my life?
How dare you? You fucking make me throw up and you sit there till I sober up. And then I don't remember, but what they said was they went over to the party. It wasn't even that cracking. There was only like a couple people there. And I was like laid out on a chair. And that's when I told my homie, I was like, well, why did you just leave me in the chair? Like if I'm already at the chair, just leave me in the chair. Like I'm drunk. Whatever.
You're upright, you're good.
Yeah, exactly. And my brother, and I was like, but what happened? He's like, why? I was like, cause my side hurts, like my lower side. He's like, oh, we threw you down some stairs. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, like you wouldn't, like you were just dead weight, so we just fucking rolled you down some stairs. I was like, you fucking assholes. I was like, why does my ear hurt? I was like, my ear hurts. He's all like, your ear? He's like, yeah. He's like, oh yeah, I was biting your ear. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, your face doesn't hurt. I was like, why would my face hurt? He's like, God, slapping the shit out of you. My older brother used like trying everything he could to wake me up, but I just wouldn't. He's like, yeah, we finally got you in the car, and then right before we got to the house, you just fucking started throwing up on yourself and on the car and everything. I was like, no.
Didn't help that they like assaulted you while you were out.
I was like, who saw? I was like, everybody. Everybody saw.
Everybody knows.
I was like, fuck. And then I called my friend. I was like, what happened? And he's telling me what happened. He pretty much told me what my brother was telling me. And I was like, fuck, what time was it, fool? Like 2 o'clock in the morning? He was like, no, it was 11:30. The party had barely started to like get people in. Like you were out before everybody came through. And I was like, hilarious. Oh, I was like, did you at least get laid? He was like, no, dude, I was helping you. I was like, you're the worst. You're the worst.
You failed at every level.
Because I have stories of when he's gotten drunk, but I've never called his mom. What the fuck? I remember one time he was like just throwing up everywhere, and I just leaned him up against a trash can like a wheelie bin. I was like, throw up right here, fool. You're good. And he was just like throwing up for like 20 minutes, and I was just sitting there like, yep, just drinking my beer while he throws up. Every once in a while I went over there, like, you good? He's like, yeah. I was like, and I told them they wanted to draw on your face when I let them. And you called my brother, you dumbass. I got hung over that day, like at 3 in the afternoon. It's the fucking worst.
I hate hangovers. No, I don't. I've never been so intoxicated that I don't remember. Well, that's not true. But those are
it doesn't take a lot.
Stories I don't.
It doesn't take a lot. Those are drunk
stories I don't like to remember.
For me, it doesn't take a lot for me to forget, but I'll still be like coherent. I just don't remember.
Well, see, I'm a slow. Like, I shouldn't say I'm a slow drinker, but like I know it takes. Like I know how long it takes alcohol to usually affect me, and I only drink like a few. Like I usually just stick to whiskey. Like I don't venture out to beers or wine or any of that sort. I just stick straight to like whiskey shots. Or whiskey.
It burns
whiskey
so
good. Yeah, basically, like there's some that's really good. It's like, oh, it's so toasty warm going down. It's my favorite.
It burns so good.
Anyways, but so I know, and I don't sit and I don't do shot after shot after shot after shot. Like I take a shot and I let it sit and I see how I feel, and then I'll go again. Or I don't get ahead of myself too quickly because I like to be aware of my surroundings and what's going on with
I like to have my wits about me.
Basically, yeah, especially if I'm out. So like when I've gone out drinking, I've probably only gotten drunk one time, and this is going to sound so bad. It was actually in Pomona.
Where's
I'm
that
pretty
at?
sure it was in Pomona. I know. I'm pretty sure it was in Pomona. And there was like some piano battle or something. It was a karaoke thing night.
A piano
somewhere.
battle.
Don't ask.
I just pictured two grown ass men with two pianos just ramming them into each other.
I mean, you're not wrong. It was two pianos, and they were like next to each other, and they were both playing. But anyway,
it was way more violent in my head.
I know it was fucking forever ago, like 2008. It was a long time ago. But anyway,
I was drinking.
The problem is like I was with my boss.
Ooh.
And my boss was the one like paying for all the drinks and everything. So we all got intoxicated. My boss took us to like her little studio that she had like a showroom and stuff. She pre-gamed with us.
Was it in downtown Pomona? I can picture that
maybe.
happening in downtown Pomona.
Yeah, so we pre-gamed with my boss, and then we went to the bar, and then we all sang karaoke, and like I was so incredibly like I didn't know I was drunk. Love Shack. And I didn't realize how drunk I was till I went to the bathroom. I don't know what it is about walking to everything feels fine until you walk to that bathroom, and then you're like, whoa. I think it's because the music's not really loud in there.
The reflection in the mirror is just like this, all cross-armed, disappointed. That's what it feels like. Don't look at me like that.
Like, how dare you? But yeah, but again, I still wasn't crazy. Like I wasn't even hungover the next day. Like that's how, even though I felt super intoxicated, I wasn't really hungover the next day.
I think it's because you consume it slowly.
That could be.
And then do you drink other beverages besides alcohol while you're drinking? Like
no.
Also, you straight alcohol till you fucking get it home.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
that's crazy. Some people don't. Some people have never experienced hangovers.
However, I've had them. I have definitely had them, and I got older.
I think that
was when I was. I was like 21. Like I was newly 21, and I had the problem was I moved to California. So I used to live in Washington, and you can't buy liquor in Washington except at the liquor store. At the time, it might be different now there, but at the time, you could only buy liquor at the liquor store. I have anxiety. I don't go to liquor stores, so I didn't really buy a whole lot of alcohol when I was in Spokane in 21. I would go out to the bars with friends, but again, it's a bar. I was going to have like one or two drinks because I'm driving myself home, so I'm going to drink one or two, wait a couple hours, then drive home. But when I lived in California, I realized I not only could buy liquor, but I could buy liquor at Costco.
Oh yeah.
Costco, so Walmart, and I had discovered Long Island iced teas, and I was like, I drank a lot, but again, I only got drunk in my own apartment.
Yeah. This is weird. By yourself?
I wasn't by myself. I was with my boyfriend at the time. But like that's just what that was it. And even then I still didn't do anything crazy and still didn't really get hungover. But then I got a little closer to my 30s. And then I started getting hangovers. Even if I didn't drink that much. Like I went out with my boss and my coworker. Well, I go out drinking with my bosses way more times than I should have already. But I was out drinking with my coworkers. And again, it was before kids. And then our manager showed up at the same bar because it was Montana. It's a freaking small town. You're going to run into people.
Managers are humans too.
And that time it was so bad because I was probably out till 2, maybe 3 in the morning. My boss had to drive me home because my designated driver got way more drunk than I did. Yeah, my designated driver got plastered. And my boyfriend at the time, actually, no, he was my husband then. Either way, he wasn't going to come pick me up. I asked him to come get me. He's like, nah, I'm in bed.
Oh, what a dick.
So my manager drove me home. and he knew I had work the next day in like 3 hours. So I went to work, still drunk.
Oh, got that drunk?
I didn't think I was that drunk, but I was just like, I remember going up to the night shift person. I'm like, come here. And they're like, what's up? Like I took them into the pantry and I was like, do I smell like I've been drinking?
Do I smell drunk to you?
Basically, and she's like, no, I think you're okay. I'm like, she's like, are you still drunk? I'm like, I just got home like 3 hours ago. I don't think I'm sober yet. And sure enough, like 2 hours later, I was puking at work. And everybody but I had just gotten married, so everybody assumed I was pregnant.
There you go.
Joke's on them. I was pregnant 3 months later, but that's not the point.
God damn it.
But yeah, it was like, that's my only, and I never went out after that. I was so embarrassed and ashamed that I was like, I never want to risk showing up.
You didn't want to be that girl?
No, I was like, I never want to be that girl again. I was like, I am better than this. I don't need to. And Lord only knows what fucking stories I told my boss. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing I don't like about drinking. You're just like this fucking.
I know exactly what stories I told my boss, and I am ashamed that person is out there and knows things about me, and they were like,
I masturbate to videos of me masturbating.
We're not. No.
That's fucking funny.
Oh, that line's gonna haunt me for the rest of my life.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
No, like the stories you tell when you're drunk. I'm pretty sure I've told some people some crazy ass shit.
Well, see, mine aren't even stories. They're just way TMI information about me and my personal life.
Damn it.
They're not even like stories. They're just like things that I shouldn't be sharing with anybody.
That's fucking funny.
These are like, these are things that people have like maybe my best friends would know, but certainly not my boss. You know, not my manager.
You can't make eye contact with them anymore. Like that.
Well, I thank God I don't keep in contact with any of my bosses or managers really, so I'm okay and safe. They just hold on to those memories of me, and I never have to see them again.
I met this white girl, and she's crazy. You know what she told me?
But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm just like, I need to grow up a little bit. And I can't be behaving like that and expect to.
You just gotta learn your limits. That's it.
My limit is stay home and drink.
That's funny.
But even then, I don't really drink that much anymore.
I think one of the nastiest I've ever been drunk was on a Halloween. I remember one time. Fuck. How do I? I'm gonna just leave names out of it. But this one Halloween, it was me, my best friend, and then it was me, my best friend, and then my other best friend and her friend. We went over to. I don't even. Okay, let's just call him M. my friend M, and then my friend V, and her friend went over to V's boyfriend's house for Halloween, and we ordered pizza. We were drinking, whatever, and then V was in the bedroom with her boyfriend, and it was just me, M, and the other girl. We were just drinking, telling stories, watching a movie, eating pizza, whatever. And and V's friend, she just started crying out of nowhere. She started crying. She got all emotional, and I was like, "Oh no, what's happening?" And then she just projectile vomits all over the fucking couch.
Oh no!
On the couch, and she's like, "I can't stop," and she just starts throwing up on the floor. And that's when I get up and I go. I'm excusing myself. I get up and I was like, okay, I can't. I'm too intoxicated for me to even process What's happening right now?
Can't even process what's happening.
Okay, so I made my way to the restroom, and then I was like having that conversation in the mirror that you usually do when you're drunk.
Yep.
I can't be that drunk. I was just like, don't be that drunk outside. Be that drunk. Like, you gotta do something.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna be you. So I threw up in the sink. I made myself throw up in the sink. I wasn't
Get it together, man.
Yeah,
Get it together.
I did like the finger in my mouth and I threw up in the sink. Don't ever throw up in the sink. Throw up in the toilet bowl.
No, you can't roll. You can't flush it down.
You throw up in the toilet bowl, not in the sink.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson that day.
I mean, if you can't make it to the toilet, the sink's probably going to be better than the floor.
Oh no, definitely. But that
so
sink.
There's an order of operations.
That sink was clogged, and I was like, I think I was in there longer than socially acceptable because V started knocking on the door, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Oh my god, my life sucks right now." I'm in there like scooping my throw up into the. I was like scooping my throw up into the fucking toilet bowl like a fucking Neanderthal, like. and then like I got most of it out, and I opened the door. I was like, I fucked up. She's like, you threw up too. I was like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. It's like, I was like, come inside, close the door. I was like, that's gonna look weird. I was like, okay, well. It was a fucking,
the drunk rationalization.
It was a fucking mess. To this day, I can't eat Domino's.
Really? That makes sense.
That's all we threw up that day. I threw up. Homegirl threw up.
Note to self: don't order Teddy Domino's.
Yes. Stick to Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut or Papa John's.
There's more to that story. A lot happened that night, but that's the drunk part.
That was the. I forgot when back when I was streaming a decent amount, we would have some drunk streams, but I never really got super duperly intoxicated. But definitely, especially when I played. Oh, yeah. No more streaming and drinking for me.
No, I remember that.
But streaming, but drinking and playing video games, yes.
Oh,
streaming
yes.
for the world to see, no.
No, I remember Mythic passed out once streaming.
Oh, really?
Streaming and drinking. Yeah, she's straight up passed out. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. No, I don't think I ever got that bad. Although one time I remember I drank a lot. Like I thought I was going to be hungover so bad the next day. But I wasn't. I was eating grapes while I was drinking.
That's what I was gonna say. The hangover is like, it's usually a dehydration thing.
So the grapes rehydrated me. So that's my go-to snack now if I decide I want to like have a night of drinking, which is next to never. But if I do, and I have grapes on hand, I'll be golden. I probably won't get hungover.
That's funny.
But so get your grapes for St. Patty's Day. That's my. God.
If you guys are out there drinking, please Uber. Oh,
no shit. Like, Uber your ass home.
Uber,
have
please.
an actual designated driver. Call a friend.
Call your parents. Wake them the fuck up. Call somebody. Don't drive home, please. Another thing, when I was growing up, drinking and stuff like that as a teenager and a little bit in my early 20s, we always made sure we had a way to get home. If we weren't gonna, if we had to walk, we were gonna walk. But we never drove. I remember my friend, he's the godfather to my son now. We would go out drinking and we'd be like, "Are you gonna drink?" And like, it was always either him or me. So, are you gonna drink? He's like, "Yeah, I kind of want to drink." Cool, I'll drive. You know, and I'll be babysitting one beer the whole night. You know, and let him do his thing. It wasn't like I wasn't having fun. I still had fun, right? Because I'm out and about with my friends and we're chilling and we're talking.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I still have my fun. I was just making sure that everybody that participated made it home on time. And
you were making sure that you were going to have friends to keep having fun with.
Exactly. So, and there was always, like, I remember at the kickbacks, it was always like, did you drink too much? Like, when we're saying bye to everybody, you good? Like, everybody made sure If not, I'll take you. Leave your car here, and I'll take you home. Don't even worry about it. And
Yeah, I've left my car at a bar before.
Yeah, and I remember when I was in UTI doing like the whole mechanic thing.
Yeah.
There was a guy. His name was Grant, and we went over to his apartment. Because he had like school housing or whatever, and we went to his apartment. And we were drinking, just partying, playing beer pong, having music. Had some of the girls over or whatever. And then at the end of the night, my homie was driving, and I was kind of the one drunk. And we're like, all right, Grant, see you at school, whatever. We're heading out. He's like, wait, you guys good to go? I was like, yeah, I'm drunk, but he's driving, so it's cool. He's like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, we're cool. He's like, because you could stay here if you want. And I was like, did you drink? He's like, no, what? I didn't drink. He's like, nah, we're good. And I remember he had a jersey on the front door of his apartment.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, because you see that jersey right there? And I was like, yeah. He's like, that's my friend's jersey. And one day he went home and he didn't make it. So if you're drunk and you think you can't drive, stay here, bro. And then I just sobered up and I looked at my friend. I was like, he's like, dude, I'm good. I was like, Grant, we're good, bro. Don't worry about us. He's like, all right, man, just making sure. And I was like, after that day, I was like, that shit is real because it happens, even if it's not,
all the time.
Especially like it's the holiday. Like one of the traditions of this holiday is to be drinking. You don't necessarily have to be the one intoxicated behind the wheel. Just be careful because it's sad, but it that's what the world is. Someone's bound to jump into their car.
I tend to not go out during holidays anymore, just because I don't want to risk being hit by a drunk driver.
Being the one being hit, yeah.
Yeah, because I can only control my own actions. I can't control what everybody else does. So my way of controlling is not going out. And I hate it when I go out and then I realize it's a holiday. Like, I was actually going to go somewhere on Sunday, and now I'm like, I don't think I want to. Because I don't want to have to drive home.
Yeah, it's always
in the dark. Even though I'd be going home around like 7, which is well before people are drinking, supposedly. I don't want to risk it.
Yeah, and it's always when you're like the least like aware of it or like thinking about it. It's always like it's always going to catch you off guard.
And it just sucks because it's 100% preventable.
Yeah,
100% preventable.
Especially nowadays, we have Uber, Lyft, and all kinds of fucking apps.
I know. Like, there's so many options.
Yeah.
There's so many options. It's this, like, even if you're like, if you're out drinking, you have money to drink. You have money to Uber home.
I'm pretty sure. If you could probably convince like the bar to call you an Uber.
Oh yeah.
And they will. And I don't know. I don't think it's just it's hard because I've done some stupid shit with growing up, and it's I always feel like fuck, like who am I to say anything? But
I feel bad because it was when I was like newly 21. I lived maybe a quarter of a mile, probably less, from the club that I'd gone to, and I knew I was not sober. But I also was like, I'm not drunk enough that I'm a danger to society. That drive home, I don't even know if I drove to my house or if I was driving to my boyfriend's house. I can't remember which. Either way, I was just like, I knew as soon as I started driving that I should not be in that car, but I still did it anyway. Because I was like, it's mostly back roads. I'm not going to be on any like highways or freeways. Like, it's okay. And to this day, nothing happened. I still feel like such an idiot. Such a fucking idiot. Like, who the fuck do you think you were getting behind a fucking car wheel and driving your ass just to go, like, no. You had no business doing that.
I remember one time, me and my friend, his name, I call him Duck. We both had, we were playing beer pong, and he was always my teammate. And we played so much that we both ended up. I was the one that was drunk, but he ended up. He wasn't confident when we left.
Yeah.
He was like, "Dude, I kind of feel a little tipsy. I was like, okay, well, let's figure out what we're gonna do. And I remember we went to the liquor store and we bought munchies and cigarettes, and we were just like drinking, like
Yeah.
we were hydrating and eating chips and smoking cigarettes for like 2 hours. And then he's like, all right, I think I'm good to go. And I was like, you sure? Because I like, if my mom gives me shit, I'm gonna just tell her, hey, we were drunk, and she's gonna be okay with it, bro. Like if I made it. Even if I come in tomorrow, like,
Yeah.
my mom's never gonna be mad that I stayed somewhere because I was drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
And we did it a couple
that's-
times. It was a couple times where we camped out, you know, so we didn't have to fucking be the ones on the street.
Yeah. No, it's super important. Be responsible. It's not hard to do. Just not fun to do sometimes.
Yes, yeah, it's really inconvenient. Yeah.
Like everybody wants to go home and snuggle up in their own bed and go to sleep and just pass out, but
Nope.
can't do that if you're dead.
Drink responsibly. Drive responsibly.
And that is our PSA for the day.
But have fun. Have fun. Definitely have fun.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
It's
It's an interesting holiday.
It's it lands
But
on
now
a
I'm like,
Sunday.
fuck, I'm supposed to do shit on Sunday, and now I'm like, I don't wanna.
Fuck. It completely sucks. Yeah.
And I don't even want to do it. Like I was like, well, maybe I'll just do it Saturday. But people do it on Saturday. Like it's
they're
the whole
gonna
weekend.
celebrate it. Yeah, Friday, Saturday.
It's gonna be a whole weekend celebration, and I'm just like, shit.
Something tells me that Monday morning is gonna be traffic free.
Probably there's gonna be a lot of people with the brown bottle flu.
Yup.
Like, and I think I'm coming down with the flu. Yeah, it's going around, especially today.
Yep.
Everybody will feel better by tomorrow. Ugh. Well, I'm just gonna make. I had corned beef. I made some corned beef the other day, and I'll probably make more again.
Real quick. Hold on, let me look
You
up
should
corned
pick.
beef.
You can literally get it at Walmart, dude.
Corned beef. Yeah, see?
I think you should get some, and then you should tell us how you liked it on
that
the next
looks
episode.
that looks really good. Oh, that one looks really good. I was picturing something way different in my head. I was
Piece of
picturing like
corn on beef.
no, I was picturing like canned.
Well, mine that I grew up with was canned.
Oh, you had the corned beef hash?
Yeah, that's what I would grow. That's what my dad would fix us when we went camping.
Oh.
But now I make it with actual corn. Like, well, I mean the canned one's actual corned beef too, but I actually get the corned beef, the brisket,
Yeah.
and then I
That looks
cook
really
it and shred it up and then fry it, and it's delicious. My oldest, her friend had come over that day. It was on Friday, and she was having a sleepover. And I had already cooked the corned beef. I boil mine, and I shredded it all up and put it in a bowl with some of the juices so it could sit and stay, nice and moist till I decided to actually cook dinner. But the meat has like this red tint. I don't know if it's red. It doesn't look cooked even after it's been cooked.
Yeah.
And her friend came
Like a
over, and I
mussel?
had it sitting there, and I was like just picking at it, eating it, and she just looked horrified. And she was like, "Is that raw?" I'm like, "I'm not." She's like, "You're eating raw meat?" I'm like, "No."
You could technically eat it raw if it's
Well, you
not
could, but like,
if
I
it's
was like, I'm not just sitting here down in a bowl of raw beef.
straight savage.
Well, because it was just shredded, so they're just literal
Yeah.
just shredded chunks of beef. She
That's
just looked
funny.
horrified. And she saw my youngest go up and just grab a piece and shove it in her mouth. And she's just like, "You guys animals?
You fucking animals. Fucking
Eating this
animals.
raw meat?" And so
That's
then I
super
gave her a
funny.
piece and she's like, "Oh, that's pretty good." Like, oh,
That's
kids.
fucking.
You should buy some and cook it and eat it.
I'll look into it. It looks really good.
It is. I will not be doing weird leprechaun shit for my children, though. I love them, but no, it is Pie Day coming up, though.
Pie Day.
You gonna
Yeah,
celebrate Pie Day?
You white people have such a hoot.
It's March 14th.
Pie Day? Any pie?
3.14. Hi.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There you go.
Okay, then.
That was like some white people holiday. The
Mm,
math day.
bunch of squares.
Circles, technically.
Oh man,
So I will be making a pie tomorrow.
I would be going to. Oh no, I have work. Anyways,
I have work tomorrow too, but I'll be making a pie after work. So I'm ready for a nap.
I want pastries. I've been having such a sugar, like a sweet tooth lately. It's really bad because I have bad teeth.
Have you ever tried those like magic berries?
Magic berries?
I
I've
don't
tried
know. They're
member
not
berries.
Member.
Member.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. They're miracle berries. That's what they're called.
Miracle berries.
Yeah, you eat them. Well, duh, but
Oh my god.
they're berries, and you consume them. Duh. But you take one. Like they come in pill form, but you can also get like the actual berry. But they make like tablets of them too, and you chew on them and like let it coat your tongue and your mouth, and it makes everything. It like blocks your sour receptors, so everything tastes sweet.
Like a lemon.
So you could take a lemon and it tastes like a lemon drop.
That is.
Or super sweet lemonade. Or you take grapefruit and it tastes like a sweet grapefruit. And a strawberry. They say if you drink like a dark beer, like a dark Genesis beer, it tastes like chocolate milk. I tried that. Did not have that effect on me, but I also seriously hate beer with such a passion. But like I can't do it.
Yeah, beer's pretty nasty.
Especially dark beer. Like, ugh.
It's an acquired taste for sure.
Yeah, I had one the other day that was not awful. However,
I think you like sour ales. We should try them.
I don't know what this one was, but I tasted it and I was like, if I had to go somewhere and drink a beer, I could stomach this and not look like I hate everything.
There's one that's like pineapple, like a pineapple sour ale. They have to be fucking cold, because if they're not cold, they're nasty.
That sounds about right. Because I just stick to whiskey. It's so much easier. But yeah, so that's you should try those. They're interesting. But then the sweet things taste way too sweet. But yeah, it's one of those.
Just
like,
take one of those and just eat like a gang of celery.
You could. It probably wouldn't. It would probably taste like a sugar stick.
Fun fact: celery has negative calories.
I know. It's not that it has negative calories. It just burns more calories digesting it than you get eating it. Negative calorie food does not exist if you're taking it literally.
The math itself, okay?
Girl math. Negative calories. Nothing is negative calories. It doesn't exist. You just burn more calories.
Digesting it. Making it negative calories.
Well, I don't know if you see. I don't like to eat celery. If I eat it, I pull all the little fibers out first. Yeah. So
I probably the most nutritious part.
That's the part that takes the effort to digest. So celery's not a negative calorie food for me. Is I sit there and it makes such a satisfying sound. Wait, have you ever peeled your celery? Yeah. Oh, okay. You looked at me like I was insane.
I was waiting for you to do the sound effect. You're like, it makes such a satisfying sound, and then you just didn't make it.
No, I demonstrated how to peel it, though, which doesn't do any good for our audio listeners.
I know. It makes such a satisfying sound. Google it.
It does. It just, I don't know. You can just the feeling of peeling it, like the vibrations through the fingertips.
That's funny.
I don't know. I don't buy celery that often, though, so. Too many ants on a log as a kid, I guess.
Ants on a log.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck does that mean?
You've never had ants on a log?
No. What is that? Is that like a beverage?
No, it's a stick of celery with peanut butter in it, and you put raisins on top.
That's gonna conclude today's episode.
Have you never had that? You look at me like
I've had peanut butter on celery.
Okay, so you've had a log. You just didn't put ants on it.
No. You know why? Because I got my ass beat if I didn't eat it. I didn't have to fucking have an imaginary plane and a fucking... I just ate it and I got my ass kicked.
Do you like raisins?
Yeah, I like raisins.
Do you like peanut butter?
Yeah.
Do you like celery?
No, nobody does.
That's why you put so much peanut butter on it.
You put fucking stick.
The celery is just the vessel.
No, I understand the metaphor, and
okay.
and
Well, you're looking at me like
it's just
you just look at me with this disappointment.
No, what I'm trying to say is, what you said it like everybody knows.
Everybody does know. I swear to God, I am not insane.
I'm from the ghetto. I have no idea what the fuck you just said to me. I was like, the fucking ants on the log? You know what I pictured? I pictured you sitting on the floor with a stump. That's what I pictured. I was like, what the fuck does that have to do with celery? Just like sitting there like a 3-year-old with a stump in between your legs. Just eating ants?
Sitting here like, God, you're random as fuck tonight. What kind of left field bullshit is this?
Just an ants on a log. Like, okay.
She needs to go to bed.
I was in the ghetto, but I had toys. I had toys. Sitting on a stump, counting ants. You just naming them or what? What the?
You weird Alaskan.
Just fucking whoosh. So for everybody out there, ants on the log is celery with peanut butter and raisins on the top.
The way you sprinkled
fucking raisins on the top.
Oh my God. I swear I'm not. Everybody knows it by that. You could Google it.
Okay, I'm the weird one. Okay. Let me Google it. See what pops up.
Yeah, see what pops up.
Ants on a log. Okay, the fact that it's on. Oh, it is. Ants on a log is a snack made by spreading peanut butter, cream cheese, ricotta cheese, and other spreads on the celery, pretzel, or banana, and placing raisins on the top. The snack is
what the pretzel or no, it's a celery stick.
Listen. Ants is a
Linda, listen to me.
Ants on a log is a snack made by spreading peanut butter, cream cheese, ricotta cheese, or other spreads on celery, pretzels, or bananas, and placing raisins on the top. No,
if you look at images, there's no pretzels or bananas. It is all celery.
Yeah. But it's
all
not
peanut butter.
It's not all peanut butter. That one's cream cheese.
Well, that's just weird.
And then that one's blueberries. Anyways, the snack was named
like a piping bag for guys. That's fancy as shit. You know, bougie with their ants on a log.
Oh, this is why you know and I don't, because the snack and its name is presumed to be from the 1950s.
Got it.
Back when the dinosaurs roamed the world.
Makes sense. It's from my generational era.
Oh, this one looks good. It has chocolate chips on it.
Yeah, the chocolate chips I saw. I was like, oh yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good.
Anyhow. That's going to conclude today's episode of Rolling Thick. I hope you guys enjoyed the episodes of the Rolling Thick podcast. We record these episodes live. We just haven't for the last couple of weeks because life sucks. If you go on Twitch and you follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/the Rolling Thick. If we do go live, we're live on Tuesdays and or Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard. Come hang out, tell us your stories, comments, concerns.
If they follow us, you'll get the notification when we're live.
Oh, true. Stay tuned.
Or if you join the Discord, we could post there, but you'll see us in there recording.
But you follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok at the Rolling Thick. If you have any comments, suggestions, concerns, stories, or anything you want to tell us, You can email us at the rollingthinkpodcast@gmail.com. You can find our podcast over at Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify. I said Spotify already, huh? YouTube, Audible. Google us, the Rolling Thick Podcast. Is that it? You want to add anything?
I think you're good.
You guys drive safe. Call Uber. Walk your ass home. Whatever you gotta do, just don't drive drunk. And remember, if no one loves you, we love you.
Bye.
Yeah.